Welcome to another wonderful Tuesday evening. Good day to try to finish what we started last week. I'm super quiet. How am I super quiet? Well, the music's supposed to be super quiet. Are you sure your sound's not just down? Your sound... I turned my mic up a little too high. That's great. You say what music? This is the volume I had it at last week. And, like, it's a very careful balance here to make sure it's not too loud. Is it too loud now? How am I quieter than the music? The music's barely even on. Okay. So, like, the music is now where it was at the start. This is one notch down. So, like, I want to emphasize, I cannot make the music any quieter without shutting it off. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and show this. I can. So, like... That's how low the music is. I can't do no more. Also, hello there, Odd Donut. Yes, there will be bears today. Hopefully. But you see, Saku, you have to understand, I'm engaging in the wonderful art of stalling. So, last week, for part 1 of PokéBears here, we got 2 drawings done. The Snorlax, Munchlax drawing, because we decided that they are at least bear adjacent, if not entirely bears, so including them. And then did the Teddiursa Ursaring one. I believe I posted them to my Twitter as well as my Discord if you want to go see how those turned out, or you can watch the VOD for the previous stream. This is up on YouTube. Yes, Station. YouTube, which I don't have a Nightbot command for. Maybe I should. Either way, hold up. Bring out the reference images again. Alright. So, when we left off, I was pulling up Cubchoo and Beartick here to give them a little drawing. and couldn't exactly figure out what to do. Now, I had an entire week to plot and plan this. I'm still not 100% certain, but I have some ideas. So let's just start rolling with this and see what comes out. Might actually skip them for now and come back. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I have a definite idea for the next set. So maybe I should just start with them. Let's do that. I have a definite idea here for Pancham and Pangoro. Oh, thank you for the follow, Prongles. How's it going? You've come to watch me embarrass myself with what I like to call art. Indeed. But yes, the best thing to expect is you have to take into consideration that I drew myself. So somewhere around that quality. So I had an idea here, because Pangoro is Angie guy. He's also he's still a fighting type? Now I gotta go look up Pokemons here. Yeah, Fighting Dark, that's what I thought. Because Game Freak just cannot make a bear Pokemon that isn't weak to fighting type. I mean, Pancham isn't, but... So fighting type. I'm thinking... something with a big ol' punching bag. I have to brainstorm for a second here, so also look up what a punching bag looks like. Okay, so something along the lines of just thing. There's like a hanging one. That would be kind of like that. Or there's ones on a little stick that kind of wobble around. And then there's these big ol' penis-looking ones. Rub that off screen real quick. No one saw anything. And we play fast and loose on these art streams here, so each entity gets a line layer and a color layer. anything that's more complicated than that is not coming out of this person. Okay, but I have an idea for what I want to do here. I think I'm going to start with drawing the punching bag. We'll go right in the middle, I think. Let's start off. Wraps are kind of like on a hook. Oh. Start off with something basic like that. But yes, if you come hoping for someone who uses Clip Studio Paint like it's Microsoft Paint, you're in the right place. Really long. Wraps sewn in right there. That's gotta be... And don't worry if you lose the lines here in between all the lines I'm drawing. I know where they are. I think you were right the first time, Station. Trust the process. Not developed enough to be a process. It is a prox. For sure. There is absolutely a madness to my method. But trust me when I say at the end of it will be something that now exists. That's what I can say about my art and my art streams, is that guaranteed at the end of each stream, something that didn't exist before will exist. How does this... Hold on. I need to rethink this. This strategy is not working. Okay, especially since that's not how they're done, I don't think. Actually... or like that. Let's see. I should be able to turn my canvas here. I don't know the hotkeys for that, so... Click the nice convenient buttons. Can you write chunky letters? Out fucking it up. Something that everyone in kindergarten can do, right? Pull this back a little. Also still kind of getting used to the whole talking while I'm drawing thing, because the longest time this has been something that I just kind of keep quiet while doing. I talked about it before, how like a lot of my style came from just, you know, get the idea onto the paper quickly before anyone around you has a chance to approach and ask you what you're drawing. The absolute worst. Absolutely. There we go. In case anyone was unsure what it was. Oof. Yeah, that is not okay. Yeah, no, I told a story on here once before. Yeah, agreed. That teacher sucks. But like that reminds me of a story I've told on here once before of like how I used to draw people. Was a very like sort of Simpsons-esque sort of thing. So I'd start by drawing the eyes and build out from there. So then there'd be a nose and a head, and then, you know, it's a Homer Simpson. But then one day when I was in class, a teacher had just looked over my shoulder while I was writing, like, sketching in my notebook at the time, instead of paying attention to the class. And he looked right when I was in the process at this, and accused me of drawing boobs in class. In a way that brought attention to me from the entire class. Yeah, no, teachers need to fucking stop it with that shit. I mean, like, I get not wanting a student to just be sitting there drawing in their notebook when they should be paying attention in class, but, like, there's ways to handle it without being a douchebag. And that was not it. Go ahead and throw a quick save here, because I need to save more often than I do. What? Oh, right. But you can't put a slash in a file name, you silly little bitch. Okay. That's gonna be the lines there for the punch bag. Let's get Pangoro out here. And yes, streaming is working fine now. Had to do a complete reset on stuff, like literally everything, and give it some time. Hopefully it will continue to work fine. Maybe I'll actually be able to play Bloodborne again sometime this week. Alright. Pangoro. So he's got a standard kind of bare muzzle, so we return to drawing ovals until I get one that I like. But there's gonna have to be some differences with his shape. Thankfully, with what I'm drawing here, I don't think I'm actually gonna be drawing the whole thing. He's a big boy, I think. He looks big. Is he actually big? Is this deceptively one of those Pokemon that's like 2 feet tall for no reason? Yeah, no, he's a big boy. Pangoro is 6'11". Although, like I said before, in the last stream, I am not drawing the evolutions and whatever, like, exactly to size scale. I'm just drawing them how they come out. So, Pangoro. How am I doing that? Because he's gonna kind of be holding the punch bag. I don't know. Kind of a hand lightly on it, and then... Look at me plotting this out like I actually plan anything. Also, thank you for the follow, Donut. Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna torment myself over ovals for 50 years. This one's fine. Hello, Bibinka. How are you doing? Yes, we're getting Pangoro and Pancham today. I should be working on Cubchoo and Beartick, but since they should have been the first ones up because I was originally planning on just going in Pokemon release order, but I had a more solid idea for what I wanted to do with Pangoro and Pancham. A really big punch-a bag. Oh well. So... that Dorito-shaped bear nose. Oh yeah, I've had one of those. Was it one of those naps where you wake up and you have like a red mark on your face in the shape of your hand? I am absolutely no stranger to those. So, Pangoro has like these burst bites. He's like a Sonic Hedgehog. Yeah, it is going all right so far. Really, I'm just relieved that my internet's working, because, earlier today, I was trying to do a midday stream, and, yeah. Not possible when you're getting 0.5 upload. I don't know. I don't like the way that this is looking. Here, let's just draw regular bear head. Then we'll add the spikes to it. I'll make that look a little better later. I just need to get this general shape down first, and I can fix it up. So, all around a big boy, kind of round. That kind of a shape there. Then how do we get these legs down? Legs are a little stumpy, by the looks of it. They got that spikiness at the end there. Got tree trunk legs, though. Claws in there. Something like that. Looks a little off, but whatever. Whatever. I'm not a perfect art person, man. Bear. Wizard. So the idea here was that he was just gonna kind of be like holding it, but only just kind of barely. Like he doesn't really need to. Very awkward pose there. It's almost like I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I just draw someone standing in place and then extremities come out. Oh, right. Right, that's the punch bag. I don't need to... Huh. Does my man here, Pangoro, have thumbs? Can't tell in the picture, because he's making 2 fists. Do the anime screenshots. Oh, well, gee, Bulbapedia, that's real fucking helpful. I get 1 screenshot from the anime. Where'd it go? Appears as soon as I try to mouse over it. Fascinating. Well, here. Is it at least showing up before I mouse back in and it vanishes? Wow, alright. It just doesn't want to work that way at all. So the 1 screenshot I have of the anime is exact same thing. He's making 2 fists, and it's angled down so I can't see. And then, oh, we have a panel from the manga as well. His hands aren't even in the panel. Thank you, Bulbapedia. Your contribution to the world is, something. Can I find a single picture of this dude not in the middle of making fists? I just need to know if this bear has thumbs. Ah, here we go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. He does not. Huh. Okay, I need to screenshot and share this real quick. According to the anime, what I'm seeing here, what I'm seeing is he only has the 3 toe fingers, whatever. He does not have a thumb, but he has a pad for a thumb that doesn't exist. Look at that. He has the base pad, and then he has 4 pads, but then only 3 finger toes. Thank you for resubscribing, Ara. And by the way, it's funny you should say that. I'm not gonna put it on stream because I'm not gonna just slap someone else's art on here all willy-nilly. But if you just search up Pangoro anime, you will find a Reddit post where someone drew Pangoro as Jotaro with a Machamp Star Platinum stand. Pretty awesome looking. Like, I'm absolutely not doing Pangoro any justice here. Oh dear, I'm gonna close that tab now before I see any more. This is why we don't search up Pokemon pictures with safe search off. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, so we've established the absolutely weird scenario here. Pangoro has 3 fingers, but 4 pads. Plus the, you know, the base pad. And now a thought has occurred. Does Pancham have thumbs? No, he doesn't. Pancham doesn't even have pads from the looks of it, except on his feet. I was gonna say, that would be some shit if Pancham did have a thumb, but Pangoro didn't, and the pad is literally an evolutionary leftover. That would be crazy. I don't think there's been much in the way of Pokemon that actually exhibit weird evolutionary leftovers. Yeah, exactly. Where are the whale lords with vestigial grippers? Do the human-shaped Pokemon have, like, remnants of tailbones? Yes, exactly, Seishi. Why aren't there more crab? If real life has taught us anything, the final evolution for all paths only has 2 results, and that's either human or crab. It's gonna be real hard to do these whole spike things without making them look like a Sonic Hedgehog. That's just how Pangoro is shaped. Just like, seriously, all I have to do now is, for the eyes, just ignore the bear claws now. He now gets Like that kind of eyes. Or like... Yeah. He's dangerously close to a Sanic. But it's fine. All we have to do is not draw him like that. I am going to draw his eyes exactly as is, though. They're just fully black. And his little twig that he has in his mouth. Yes, Super Mega Man X, it's a Pikachu. I need to get some of this spiky fur going on here. Really does kind of like meet there, like almost like a shirt. Oh, right, that's why you don't do that as one line. Ah, no, redo. Arm is kind of covering the top bit of whatever that would be there. And since his back is out of panel, that means we don't get the little cape part. Also missing his ears. They're also black. Except they're more like a gray, so I'll draw them gray. Looking a little more Pangoro-y. Also, I'm gonna say, I've been considering shifting my art stream over to the Thursday evening slot. Not for any particular reason. just to kind of, I don't know, put the non-video game stream in the middle of everything, as opposed, like, each week, as opposed to at the start of everything each week, you know? Just a thought I had. I might go through with it, I'm not sure. Looking okay. Looking good enough. Oh. How could I forget? There's also this poofy fur whatever stuff at his wrists, too. You can't go a single extremity without the poofy fur. Yeah, no, I just also didn't know if, like, me moving my art stream would wind up with someone being like, oh no, now I can't watch it because it's on a day that I don't exist anymore. So I think something that'll help this stop looking like a Sonic is if I make it thicker. I think that might be the problem. Also goes more to the back. Yeah. I think that might be better. Well, I think about exactly how I want to draw the Pancham here now. I'll go ahead and get some coloring done. I mean, this is going to be simple. My god, the punching bag is gray. Who would have guessed? What a shocking turn of events. I know. My god, the straps are a darker gray. Actually gonna... do like that, just because. Also, ew. The white is bleeding out a little bit. That's freaking fantastic. Gotta be a way to stop that, right? Actually, if I do that... Okay. That at least worked this time. Gray shortcuts. All right. Let's color us a Pangoro. It's funny, he technically shouldn't have this line here for the muzzle. But screw it. Ah! I almost wonder if it would look better if I got rid of it. I'm gonna go with a little darker color here for... Yeah, that works. Just even darker for the hands and the feetsies. And even darker for the claws. As always, we live in the land of minimum effort. Okay, now folks, here is the burning question. I keep the muzzle line or no? So that's with the muzzle line. And that's without. This is gonna sound weird to say, but it almost looks like the difference between him shaving and not shaving. And I don't know why my brain goes to that. Yes, Atticus, it's a jackal. What do you guys think? Line or no line there at the end of the muzzle? No line? Alright, we can go with no line. Evil twin. Yes, Atticus, it's my evil twin, Pangoro, from Pokemon. How did you guess? Oh, he can't have a goatee too. I'm the only one allowed to have the goatee, because I am the artist. You think they just... You think they just give goatees out like crazy? Like, just to anyone who asks it? You think... Hold on. There's too many pictures on screen. I can't move shit around. I'm trying to do a bit here. Hello? Can I move another thing? No? I can only move the Pokemon pictures. I can't move any of my assets. Oh, I see why. So, why is the beret moving with it? That's not part of the asset. Either way, you think they just give these things out? No, I had to make it myself. It took a whole 2 minutes. Doesn't even look good with it. Okay, he kind of looks good with it. Okay, fine. He might look better with it than I do, but you know what? It's mine. He can't have it. Alright. You guys think I stalled enough? Think I can start drawing a fucking Pancham yet? What happened? What? I tried to click back into the window and it got tiny. I don't even know what that looked like on stream. Professional. Never claimed to be. Okay, so like Teddiursa, Pancham doesn't have the muzzle. He just has a little ball head. Like, Like, oh, look at me, I'm Pancham. I have a leaf in my mouth. Because I'm just weird and quirky that way. I'm the first bear Pokemon that isn't weak to fighting type. Hope my evolution doesn't ruin it. Okay. Barraskewda is the closest thing we have to a trout or salmon when in a bear Pokemon that evolves if you catch one while it's in your party. and then the Barraskewda just disappears. Alright, so little Panchammy nose. Well, too bad, Ara. They're always coming up with new convoluted evolution methods. Like, I don't remember what it was called. It was in one of the 3DS games, and you had to hold your system upside down when it leveled up for it to evolve. I was just like, yeah, that's funny and all, but what are they gonna do with that Pokemon when Nintendo releases a system that doesn't have a gyroscope? No, Super Mega Man X, that's not a joke. There is a Pokemon that evolves if you hold your 3DS upside down when it's past a certain level and it levels up. And it evolves into a Pokemon that looks like the first Pokemon, but upside down. It looks really goddamn weird. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda hated it. It was kind of Ursula-esque, wasn't it? What? Yeah. Not more black. Erase. Frankly, like, I had thought of this a long time ago, like, around when Sword and Shield had come out, that they should make a Pokemon that, like, when it evolves, either, like, when it evolves or, like, when you first catch it or something, its color change, well, its color scheme should change to match the colors of the Joy-Cons on your Switch. Ah yes, Megas. For a game that's not gonna have, like, the regular battle system. Like, I had thought about it, because, like, they already do they did the little, like, call out to, like, being able to know what color your Joy-Cons are in the Pokemon games, because your character has a Switch in their room, and the Joy-Cons on the Switch will match the color of yours. But yeah, they didn't actually, like, turn that into, like, a Pokemon aesthetic of any variety. I'll come back to Pancham's face here. I think I'll agree with that. Out of all the one-game gimmicks, I think Megas are the best. It's happened a couple times with some Pokemon games. Oh, God. Yeah, could you imagine if they tried to do the fusion thing for all the Pokemon? I mean, I suppose it doesn't take much imagination, because there is a game where you can just do that. It's a fan game, obviously, but the immense amount of work that has to go into making, like, everything done. That would have been Black and White 2 specifically for the fusion thing, but yeah. I remember a lot of just griping in general for Black and White 1, and it's like, you guys complaining about. It's just gonna stay how it was. And you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and give him a little pad there, even though he technically doesn't have it. It's not showing on his feet, so. I still remember, when Black and White were coming out, and they showed off Reshiram and Zekrom, but hadn't revealed what types they were yet. I was in line with a lot of people who thought that it was going to be an introduction of a light type to the series, and so Reshiram would be Dragon Light and Zekrom would be Dragon Dark. But then one of the typings for Zekrom got leaked by, of all people, a voice actor for the anime, because they made an offhand comment in an interview about them doing the voice for Zekrom, stating that they enjoyed voicing electric-type Pokemon the most, and so they liked doing the voice for Zekrom. And that was before any of us were supposed to know that he was electric-type. So kind of blew the lid off of that whole thing. Anyway, Pancham, not quite tall enough for this ride. Clearly. So I'm gonna provide him a nice, convenient stool to be standing on. Because that's what you want to do when you're doing a punching bag, right? Is standing on a stool. But I mean, he's gotta get up to middle bag height. Got 4. Good. Alright. All these eyes. Eh. Punching as hard as that tiny little paw can handle. There's a little leaf. Leaves this mouth momentarily as it's open. And then he has bags under his eyes, so it's gotta be like that. Actually kind of go around his eyes now that I'm looking at it. I've been sitting here. There's one of the reasons why I held off doing the face. I'm like, I know he's gonna have his eyes closed for this. Do I need to bring out the, Actually, you know what? If we go back to the panel from the anime, it has the solution for me. That same one that I was like, he don't have thumbs. That's how you do the closed eyes. You just draw the circle around it. Schoolyard rumors that I heard during first gen. Let's see, the one, aside from the whole Mew truck thing, which I think just kind of got around everywhere, the one that went around at my school was, what you had to do to unlock this, there was a special area in the game. And what you had to do to unlock it was fight and defeat the Elite Four 100 times without losing at all, obviously, without saving your game, and without quitting. And on the 100th time in a row that you did this in your single sitting without saving or quitting, when it came time for Professor Oak to take you to the Hall of Fame room and enter your information again, he would make a comment about how he's sick of doing this and just let you wander around the room. And then you'd be able to exit the room to the left, and there would be a super secret area where you would be able to evolve your starter a third time, as well as catch Peekaboo, which we now know to be Meryl. Join Team Rocket in Pokemon Yellow. That would be an interesting one. That would be a really interesting game to do that Nintendo absolutely does not have the balls to make. Is a Pokemon game where you play as a Team Rocket grunt. Or a Team Anything grunt, really. I say Team Anything. The teams have, in the more recent games, they've gotten a lot wussier. Oh yeah, no, there's definitely glitchy ways to get Mew. Absolutely. I had a legit Mew once from a distribution event. Actually, now, did I have that, or did Com have that, or did we both have one? Or did Com have it, and then we duplicated it so that I would have it? Also, is it just me, or is this Pancham looking an awful lot like an Oshawott? That'll change once the color's there. Alright. Don't know anything. Oh yeah, because... correct me if I'm wrong, but you didn't, you haven't Pokemon'd, have you, Saku? That's fine. I mean, I will go ahead and sit here on my, Pokemon playing ass and say, you know, it never hurts to, give it a shot. Unless you're gonna give it a shot with one of the more recent games. Then it might hurt. I don't need Pangoro open anymore. If you ever feel like it, I mean, never hurts to expand your horizons a little. Another fun one was if you and another person leveled up a Blastoise and made it by level 100, beat the Elite Four with both of them, traded it. All the Venusaur's. I'd never heard that one before, but it absolutely sounds like a, it absolutely sounds like one that would have existed. Okay, and now we get these panda eyes in. We just entirely do it on the color layer. Make it a little bigger. Yeah, there we go. Kind of funny, Pancham actually has just a lot of flat colors, as is. There's not a whole lot to the shading on his official art. Yeah, that's looking about right. So, nice green for that leaf. And then we're gonna have to borrow some colors from cute little guy from last week for this mouth. And now we need dual brown. Because that's the color of every stool ever, is brown. And now we can see... Yes, indeed. If your stool is not brown, see a doctor. Exactly. And now we see exactly why Pangoro is not giving much of an effort to hold the bag. I actually have something else I'm going to add here. Oh, well, then you should definitely see a doctor. All right. Red. There. Where it's not in the way of anything. Okay, so now we need a background. I'm not entirely certain how to do a proper background without it taking an awful lot of work. I think we might just be doing a floor and wall. I don't know, what's a gym usually look like? Yeah, there we go. Yes, I know, it's pronounced a gime. Oh, right, a gime! I don't know. I think I'm just gonna be lazy and do that. I'm not feeling too inspired about backgrounds. Yes, I know Power Sauce bars are made with 6 types of apples. Oh, now I'm trying to remember what the fucking newspaper clipping that he found in it was. The music? This is all, Pokemon Black and White music. Right now... the track is just called Farewell, so I don't know, it might be when, might be after you defeat N for the last time, I'm not certain. Black and White had the low HP music. Which, at first I thought was cool, until I realized how good the rest of the battle music was for Black and White. And then like, it just became the worst part about having low HP was that it interrupted the really cool music. Well, that's completely fair. I'm not gonna lie, I came real close back in the day to, Ruby version and Leaf Green being the last ones that I played. But then, they wound up not being that. I think I'm willing to call this one done. Print it, ship it, It's off-center. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, no, I suppose real quick I could mention that since it was on topic there of just like, so my history with the Pokemon games is like I was one of those who was super looking forward to it with Red and Blue. My brother and I had Nintendo Power Magazine at the time, and they were running these full, huge things to hype up Pokemon. So, like, even before the game released, I was, like, sitting there like, which one am I gonna start with? This is the most important decision I've had to make in my entire life. And then Gen 2 was really cool. That one I played before the US release because my brother and I did a little yo-ho and had a, like, really poorly patched, version of, Gold or Silver. It was one of those. I think it mostly just translated, like, Pokemon and move names as best as it could. Yeah, no, I really liked 2nd gen. 3rd gen, I'm going to be completely open with this. For 1st gen I got blue version, 2nd gen I got silver version, and it was always I got one and my brother got the other version because that's what you do when you're two brothers that play Pokemon. I got Ruby version for 3rd gen, even though I wanted to have Sapphire. But, brother pulled the older brother card. And after, like, I played a lot of Ruby, but then, like, I was absolutely convinced that I was done with Pokemon after that. Because I wasn't having as much fun with it. I didn't have nearly as many friends that played it. In fact, I had no friends that played it at the time. Because that was when I was in junior high or middle school, whichever you want to call it. Excuse me. And then, so, like, it's hard to keep going in a game like Pokemon when you don't know anyone else that's playing with it, because there's a very strong social aspect to it. And so, I was kind of done with it after Ruby version. Then I decided to get Leaf Green version just as a last hurrah of sorts, because, like, oh cool, they remade one of the good games. And I was convinced I was done with Pokemon for good after that, and then a little while after 4th gen came out, I was in high school. And that was when it suddenly started becoming okay to like Pokemon again. And a friend of mine eventually convinced me to pick up Diamond version, and I absolutely fell in love again. And then I stayed playing Pokemon all the way through Sword and Shield. And I've watched the series get progressively worse ever since Black and White 2. I will say here for the record, Pokemon peaked in 4th gen. And I count that as Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. That entirety is 4th gen to me. And Pokemon peaked during that. 5th gen was still really good. I think only a slight step down. So, you know, Black and White and Black and White 2. And then Pokemon just went on a decline that it's still going on. I didn't like... Even though I played through it twice, I didn't really like Y version. I didn't finish Moon. And then I bought Shield version against my better judgment. And while I did have some fun with it, it's I don't know, the magic's not there anymore. I completely ignored Scarlet and Violet. Because it's just like, I'm seeing like, you know, Pokemon's still a big thing. It's still like kind of a bigger and bigger thing because more and more people are coming in to like it, and like there's more kids now, so more kids get to play Pokemon, and then the adults are still playing Pokemon and they can play Pokemon with their kids, so it's kind of becoming even bigger. The problem is they're not putting forward the amount of effort you would expect with them. And it's just like, I don't know. There were parts of Shield that were barely functional. And the fact that the story in Sword and Shield version was so bad, and yet at the same time the game actively encouraged you to completely ignore it. Because in Sword and Shield, anytime an important story event was happening, the game would literally like have a character pretty much turn the camera and say, don't worry about any of this cool, interesting stuff that's going on. You need to focus on your Pokemon Gym challenge. Yeah, I never tried Legends Arceus. If it ever goes on sale, haha, good joke, and a first-party Nintendo game going on sale, then maybe I'll give it a look. Yeah, no, there's nothing about Scarlet and Violet that appealed to me at all. And like, I'm not gonna say that something needs to change about the core gameplay, because honestly, the core gameplay is fine. It's the fact that, I don't know, they're putting such a lack of just overall attention into the games now. Like, it almost seems like they don't even really want you to even be playing anymore. That's a weird way to put it, but yeah, exactly, our presentation's declining. And like, not even just in the way of like, they should be able to do better visual effects even on the Switch, because look at what other developers are able to do on it. Like, even laying that aside, like, I don't know, like with Sword and Shield wanting you to completely ignore its really dumb story, and the fact that they... Okay, so I have to dial it back a second and say that one thing that I liked about Moon version and its story was that it pulled the little reversal of expectation to where the group that's calling themselves Team whatever, in this case Team Skull, they weren't the primary antagonists in the story, for once. And was instead this other group that, yeah, Team Skull was tangentially involved with them, but Team Skull themselves were not the main villains. Team Skull was just the lackeys of a dude who was throwing a big hissy fit because they wouldn't let him be a gym leader. And I liked that as a reversal of expectation, because every single game up to that point was like, oh, it's Team this. They're here with some sort of plot to, you know, steal Pokemon and do bad things. And then it seems like ever since they did that, they've just been like, okay, let's do it again, except we'll make them even more pathetic. Because then you get to Team Yell, or Team Shout, or whatever the fuck it was in Sword and Shield. I can't even remember what they were called. They're literally just football hooligans who cause a ruckus for no good reason and aren't even a real threat in any sort of way. Like, they're just annoying. They have no real plot other than they want their favorite person to win. And they just go around being a general nuisance. Oh yeah, Team Flare was extremely forgettable. And I think that's why I liked, like what I was talking about with Team Skull. Because they finally changed it up. Because Team Flare was just kind of going through the motions of just like, yeah, we steal Pokemon and we're gonna awaken legendary Pokemon, something, power grab, I don't know. And then, from what I understand, the team in Scarlet and Violet is even less of a threat than Team Yell were. Team Star, I think? I'm not even 100% certain. And then this is all just to the side of the fact that it's an undeniable fact. The games are getting easier. And this isn't a I'm older and smarter sort of thing. The games are 100% getting easier. And I frankly justify this position with one value that I've actually looked at several of the games that I've played, like, since Black and White. I justify this with the sole value of when in the game do you fight your first full team of 6 Pokemon. In current Pokemon games, you will not fight a full team of 6 by any means unless it's a dude with 6 Magikarps until the champion. Period. That is 100% fact. And it didn't used to be that way. Also, sorry I went on a bit of a ranty tangent there. Also, I think an ad might have been playing at some point. Oh well. Really? Wait, champion... And it's just... I don't want to shit on Pokemon. I really don't. It's just the fact that, like, it used to be so good that makes me upset that the newer ones are just so... not. Okay, the champion from Scarlet and Violet. And Bulbapedia shows a team of 6. But I guarantee it's, once again, it's the first team of 6 you fight. I bet the Elite Four in Scarlet and Violet don't even have 6. cool ideas are being proposed in newer games, and there's better tech, but the format has become stagnant. Yeah. Like, I think Scarlet and Violet comes along as, like, the absolutely most blatant that it was just made so that they could get a paycheck. Because that's the thing, is they don't really seem to be putting effort in. And I'm kind of, I have to be completely honest, I'm kind of tired of the single game gimmicks that they do for battles. Mega Evolutions were cool. Like, everyone they've done since has been kind of lame. And then it's hard to get invested into it as an idea when you know it's only going to exist for that game. Also, can I just take a moment here? I think I can summarize... I think I can summarize best the laziness and lack of really, like, anything going into Pokemon these days. In Scarlet and Violet, this Pokemon exists. This is literally just a flamingo. And its name is Flamigo. It's just Flamingo, but they took a letter out. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? He's literally just a flamingo. I mean, yeah, it's not necessarily going to be Nintendo making calls. It would largely be... Well, because the Pokemon Company is, to my understanding, a 50-50 joint effort between Nintendo and Game Freak. With, I think, because Game Freak basically leads development, and Nintendo leads publishing. Like, what is this? It's literally just a flamingo. Well, that's what I said. The Pokemon Company is a joint effort, is a 50-50 effort of Nintendo and Game Freak. And I'm frankly of the mind that, like, I would like to see what another developer could do with it. And I justify that by, like, look at the last few Pokemon games. And then also look at literally any other game that Game Freak has ever produced. So, like, just going off of recent ones, what games that Game Freak have made have been even remotely a hit? What ones haven't just been immediately forgotten upon release, other than the fact that they got some hype because they were developed by Game Freak, and it's like, oh, it's that company that made Pokemon. Like, let me just list a couple here. Harmonite, Tembo the Badass Elephant, Giga Wrecker, Little Town Hero. How many of those, like, are even remotely a hit? How many of those have you even actually heard of? Yes, Tembo the Badass Elephant is a thing. It was developed by Game Freak and published by Sega. Yeah, no, frankly, I'm of the mindset that way back in the day, Game Freak committed an absolute fluke by producing Pokemon Red and Green. They accidentally made a really good game. And they've just kind of been riding on that since. Good lord, Bubblegum Code is right. Also, fun fact about Pokemon Red and Green version. Did you know that, when they decided to include Mew, that was literally, like, the last thing they included in the game? To the point that that's all they had for memory inside the game. It was largely because they were really bad programmers, so they couldn't condense the program enough. Like, Pokemon Red and Green fill a Game Boy cartridge to the absolute limit. When they decided to include Mew, they did so because after removing their debug tools from the game build, they found they had just enough room to fill in data for one more Pokemon. So they put Mew in. Now note, they included a Pokemon after they removed their debug codes and stuff like that. That means they pushed the build with Mew out to production without Mew being tested. Because they didn't have any of their tools left in the game code to test it because it took the space of those tools. Alright, but... well, I ended up rambling for a really long time. I think I'm only gonna wind up having this one down. Oh well. I like talking Pokemon, though. I think they made Mew like that. Well, I think they made Mew specifically because, yeah, they had Mewtwo and they had Lore. I think they just wanted... I think initially they were just going to imply the existence of an original Mew, but never actually have it there. Because, yeah, there's lore in the Cinnabar Island Mansion that I believe mentions Mew. But I think maybe what they were doing was just planning on leaving Mew as, like, just kind of the ultimate legendary Pokemon. Where, like, there's lore suggesting its existence, but you can't actually find it. That may have been their original angle. I mean, coupled with the fact that there's no 100% legit way to get Mew without some kind of distribution event. So the concept is still kind of there. I don't want to play a Pokemon again. A good Pokemon. I don't think that's something that I could stream. I kind of have, like, at least for right now, I kind of have a, like, no turn-based RPGs rule in effect for myself. Just because, I don't know, I don't personally see that being terribly riveting viewing. if I had people around to just talk random bullshit with at the time, then that would be different. But I don't tend to draw too big of crowds, at least not at the moment. And while I can kind of bullshit my way of just kind of talking through a lot of other games, like a turn-based RPG where I'm largely just doing menus, is like, what do I really say, you know? If I don't have like a conversation to do on the side. I mean, that said, back when I was literally just streaming into the void, like a number of years ago, when I would just turn on the stream and knew I had literally zero audience, I did stream some Pokemon. Okay, but which Lunar? Because I'm gonna tell you, I started playing one of them a long time ago. Which one was that? What was the one for the DS? Yeah, Dragon Song, that's it. I bought Lunar Dragon Song on the basis of the Lunar series being very highly regarded. And it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. I don't really remember anything about it other than, if I recall correctly, this was an RPG where you couldn't tell your party who to attack. So I have to ask, is every Lunar game like that? Or are the rest of them, you know, sanely developed and you can actually tell your party what to do? In fact, I went online to just confirm I got the right title here. I see a Reddit thread immediately. Is Lunar Dragon Song really that bad? And I'm seeing someone here tally it up. He says, here's all you need to know. Dashing on the overworld drains your HP. Your equipment constantly breaks. You cannot choose who to target in battle. You have to choose to either earn experience points or items from battle. So, I might try another one of the series if you can tell me that they don't have that. A bunch of really baffling gameplay design choices. And now, I'm not going to say that you can't do an RPG that's good, that you don't exactly have control over your party to tell them all what to do. Because Miitopia exists. And Miitopia is an RPG where you only have direct control over one main character. The rest of your party just kind of does whatever based off of like their job and stuff like that. However, it gets away with it because one, their AI usually will do something beneficial for the situation. You normally don't have to worry too much about them being too stupid. And then the other thing is just it has a lot of charm for it. So there's almost like a weird anticipation of like, oh man, what are they gonna do? Maybe I should play that on stream sometime. I'd have to buy it. Ugh. So, but back a subject there. You're saying Lunar 1 and 2 are good. Okay, so just to confirm, I'm looking at the Wikipedia entry for the series. That's Lunar, the Silver Star, and Lunar Eternal Blue. Oh, good God, these have been released for everything. There's one for iOS, what? All right. Okay. I'll look more into this later. Because I have a feeling that's... Because again, if it's a turn-based RPG, that's going to be a play on my own time sort of deal, because I don't know if I can make one of those entertaining enough on stream. I'm kind of trying to get a lineup together of games to play on my own time, as well as what games I want to stream coming up. It's hard to balance it. One thing I know that's coming up on the list of things to stream is going to be Cult of the Lamb. I think that might take the Saturday slot after I'm done with Oblivion. Like, here's my current train of thought. Have Cult of the Lamb take the Saturday slot when I'm done with Oblivion. When I'm done with 3D Dot Game Heroes, I think I'm going to move these art streams to the Thursday slot. And then put something in the Tuesday slot. Frankly, I might just make it Ocarina of Time. I've been kind of itching to play that again. With certainly not because of the influence of someone who's been in chat here tonight. Yeah, no, I will look into Lunar later. Give the actual games of that series a fair chance. Yeah, I think that might be what happens. I think that might be my current plan moving forward. What I'll play after that, I don't know. That's the beauty of keeping the games consistent overall, is that I don't really have to think about what to play next until I'm getting close to the end of one that I'm already playing. I think that's what I'm gonna do next. Is Cult of the Lamb will take over for Oblivion when it's done. When 3D Game Heroes is done, I move Art to Thursday and start playing Ocarina of Time Master Quest on Tuesdays. Now, of course, the question becomes, which Ocarina of Time Master Quest? Do I go with the original or the 3DS one that also flipped the overworld? Either way, I'm thinking I might go ahead and call it here. I'm obviously not getting any more art done tonight, and I think I've talked myself dry for right now. So I think that's gonna go ahead and do it for today. So thank y'all for watching. Let's see here. Who should I raid in? Definitely some people up. I kind of like the idea of keeping up rating people I haven't before, so everyone I follow is someone I've rated before. Actually, you know what? Have I rated Mushi Bear before? I don't know if I have. Screw it. Gonna raid into Mushi. Fellow bear tuber. So everyone go say hi to Mushi. Anyway. Oh, and if you're the kind of person who's inclined to do a raid message, I guess just bears raiding bears will work, and then use whatever raidy / yelly emotes you have on hand. Anyway, next stream, I'm going to be playing 3D Game Heroes on Thursday evening, 7 p.m. Pacific. I will probably play Bloodborne in the afternoon, either tomorrow or Thursday. We'll see. As long as the internet is still holding up, it'll be good. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your night, and I hope to see you in the next stream. And oh yes, of course, the Discord. How could I forget the Discord? Thank you, Seishin. If you wish to receive alerts on when I go live or make other announcements or engage in other sort of bear, wizard, bear, Discord server type shenaniganry, the link is right there in chat. All are welcome. There's no pressure to participate. Anyway, have a good night. Bye-bye.